First, we have to understand the portions. Assume the clock is divided into 4. Each portion, we call it a quarter. If the clock is divided into 2, each portion is called half. British style of telling time is opposite with the American style we have learned just now. American style tells hour first, but British style tells minute first. For minutes before 30, the minute hand will point at the red part of the clock. We will read the time as minute past the existing hour. While for minutes after 30, the minute hand points at the yellow part of the clock. We will read time as remaining minute to the next hour, which also means minute before the next hour. Let's see some examples. Look at the picture. Let's write time in number first. The hour hand is pointing to 8. The minute hand is pointing to 1, which means 5 minutes. We can write time as 8:05. We read it simply as 8:05. To tell in British way, read minute hand first, then followed by hour hand. Minute hand is pointing at the first half part of the clock. We read minute past existing hour. It will be 5 past 8, means 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Next, the hour hand is pointing to 11. The minute hand is pointing to 3, which means 15 minutes. We write time as 1:1:15. We can read it simply as 11:15. To tell in British way, it's opposite, and it might sound 15 past 11, but it is more commonly read as a quarter past 11. Why a quarter? When the minute hand moves from 12 to 3, it has gone through a quarter of the clock. That's why 15 minutes is also known as a quarter past. When the minute hand is pointing number 6, you maybe say it is 30 past 11, but it is more likely to say half past 11. This is because when minute hand moves from 12 to 6, it has gone through half of the clock. That's why 30 minutes is also known as half past in British style of telling time. Attention here. From 31 minutes onward to 59 minutes, we have to count the remaining minutes to reach the following hour. Let's look at this example. From the picture, the hour hand is pointing 11, while the minute hand is pointing 31 minutes. We can simply write as 1:1:31 and simply 11:31, but we cannot read it as 31 past 11 in British style. For the minute part, we have to count the remaining minutes to reach 60. We can use 60 to minus or subtract 31, which will bring you to 29. So it will be 29 minutes to the next hour. While at the hour part, remember that since the minute hand is at the second half of the clock, we have to find the following hour, which is 11 plus 1 equals 12. So the time will be read as 29 to 12, which also means 29 minutes before 12 o'clock. Let's go for one more example before the exercises. Let's write time in number. The minute hand is pointing to 9, which means 45 minutes. The hour hand is pointing to almost 12, but still in 11. As long as it haven't reached 12, it is still counted and written as 11. So we write time as 11:4:5. We can read it simply as 11:45, but we cannot read as 45 past 11 in British style. Since the minute hand has passed 30, we have to count the remaining minutes to reach the next hour. From the picture, we can see that there is a quarter to go for the minute hand to reach 60. So the time should be read as a quarter to the following hour. Existing hour is 11, thus the following hour is 12. So a quarter to 12. Let's use mathematical method to read time in British style. For example, to tell 3:07 in British style, let's put the needed note by the side. First of all, read minute first, that is 7. Then, since minute not over 30, we use past. Finally, read hour, which is 3. So the answer is 7 past 3. Let's try this. First of all, read minute first, that is 50. But when minute hand is over 30, we must find the remaining time to reach the next hour. So we use 60 to minus 50 and we'll get 10. Then we use 2 for a minute after 30. Finally, read hour plus 1, which is 7 plus 1 equals 8. So the answer is 10 to 8, means 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. This is a summary to help you tell time in British style. The blue hands in the picture shows 5:35. But if using British style, 35 minutes is 25 to. You must read as 25 to 5 or 6. Since minute hands point to the yellow part of the clock, we should find the following hour, that is 6. So the time is 25 to 6. Additional knowledge about time. When talking about the time, you will come across AM and PM. AM stands for ante-meridian and PM stands for post-meridian. But don't worry about those long spelling or pronunciation. People will just say AM or PM. AM refers to time between 12 at midnight and 11:59 in the morning. PM refers to time between 12 at noon and 11:59 at night. So if someone says, "I'll meet you at 9 p.m." that means 9 o'clock at night. Practice always makes perfect. Let's try some exercises. Look at the picture. The hour hand is pointing at 7. The minute hand is pointing at 12. So in number, we can write it as 7:00. In American style, we read it as 7 o'clock. In British style, it's the same, 7 o'clock. Look at the picture. The hour hand points between 3 and 4. The minute's hand points at 6. So in number, we can write the time as 3:30. In American style, it's 3:30. In British style, we read it as 3:30. In this picture, the hour hand points at the space between 2 to 3, and the minute hand points at 8. In number, we can write time as 2:40. In American style, we read as 2:40. In British style, we read it as 20:3. In this picture, the hour hand points to 9, the minute hand points at 2. In number, we write the time as 9:10. We read as 9:10. In British style, we read the time as 9:10. Look at the picture. The hour hand points to 1, and the minute hand points at 3. In number, we can write the time as 1:15. We can read it as 1:15 or 1:15 in British style. Look at this picture. The hour hand point almost to 5, but haven't reached 5, so it's still in 4, and the minute hand points at 10. In number, we write as 4:50. We read it as 4:50 or 10:05 in British style. So let's meet at 10:05 means let's meet at 4:50. Here I have prepared some enrichment exercises. For those who want to try more, you can click on the links in the description box below. That's the end for the lesson. Bye!
Don't forget to subscribe and share.